Hi, I'm Justin Langseth, founder of Zoomdata. I'm going to be demonstrating Zoomdata monitoring cybersecurity data while a botnet attack happens to an organization. First, we see this dashboard of baseline activity here. We see outbound HTTP traffic, very normal pattern, mostly green or non-alerting activity, and a little bit of alerts, meaning traffic outbound to target domains, suspicious domains, representing about 6.7% of traffic, and it's spread across various domains. Now we're going to see a cybersecurity botnet attack evolve here and watch through Zoomdata, and then we'll resolve the issue and watch as the system heals itself. So first thing we notice here as the attack is starting, the percentage of alerts is starting to increase. We're now up to 7% of the outbound traffic alerting. We also now see some more alert traffic across different domains, as well as we see a cluster of outbound traffic starting to form around a particular domain called banana.dp.ua, as well as another domain called jomo.in.ua. It's generating a larger percentage of the alerts. We can see that these alerts are starting to come from one particular internal host, 19.201. And we can also see that this red line of alerting activity is starting to tick upward. And the green line of regular non-alerting traffic is actually ticking downward as the alerts are starting to overwhelm the rest of the system. As that develops, we can see the details down here in this grid. If we maximize the grid here, we can see for the last minute, just as this attack started, we see that there are 8 requests to the banana domain and 5 requests to the jomo domain, all of which are coming from the same source IP address. And they're also going to the same destination IP in San Francisco, even though this represents 2 different Ukrainian domain targets. So it's kind of an interesting pattern. As this attack is now evolving into its second minute, we see a clear pattern of targets on these 2 domains. We see the percentage of traffic that's now generating cybersecurity alerts up to 17%. And we also see an interesting pattern on this line chart here, where the amount of alert traffic in the current minute that's building up is about to surpass the amount of regular traffic. So we see a large spike in the traffic from the last 2 minutes for alert, and we see that drop in regular non-alert traffic. And these 2 are about to cross over. We'll keep our eye on that graph here as that attack evolves. And now another minute is starting. We can see a very, very clear pattern. We're up to 25% of traffic representing alerts. The traffic has now crossed over. So we see that in this current minute that's starting to build, there's more traffic to the alerts than to every other place that our users are going. So we see that crossover pattern has happened. The cybersecurity botnet attack is overwhelming the rest of the network. We can also see that now other internal host IP addresses seemingly have joined this botnet. Perhaps the attack is spreading to another internal host. We started on the 201 internal host. Now our 202, 200, and 203 are also starting to generate traffic to this outbound domain. And we see that the amount of traffic is now clearly in excess of the regular traffic. So to put an end to this cyber attack, now that 33% of our network is being taken over by it, we're going to go ahead and block access to these 2 destination domains. We'll block access to this destination IP address, and also block all activity coming from this .201 internal address, as it seems to be the source of the botnet attack. So we'll inform our IT staff to put those blocks in place. And as those blocks come in place, we should now start to see a downtick in alert activity as the network recovers and as regular traffic starts to come back. And we can see that actually happening now in this traffic graph. We see the green and red dots have now converged, and we'll watch to see if that green dot starts to surpass the red dot. And let's zoom this whole timeline in here just into the last 2 minutes since the attack started to end. We'll zoom in here, and we can now see for the current minute that indeed the green traffic is now in excess of the red traffic. If we zoom in this bubble chart here, we can see where the current alerts just in the last minute are headed. And if we zoom in just to the last minute that's now forming, we can hopefully see, as we go in just a little bit more to this current minute, we should be able to see that, yes, now there is no more traffic to that banana domain nor to that jomo domain. We also see that all traffic from that internal IP that was causing us problems has now disappeared. And if we zoom in this grid, we can now see that we're back to very baseline activity. And now, just in the last minute, the percent of alerts is down to 4%. So that's been a demo of Zoomdata visualizing cybersecurity data. We saw as baseline activity had been in place. We saw a cybersecurity attack happen, saw that the amount of traffic based on driving from that attack surpassed the regular traffic. And we now see that that situation has gotten better and the green line is now back to its normal pattern. Thank you.